What's up, everybody? It's Carla, aka Calavite, and today I'm recording the match between Xtina and Swampert Fetish, who you might also recognize as SDJ from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Will any of these two players bring their flagship Pokemon, Jigglypuff or Milotic? We'll find out in just a second, but first a big thank you to all our donors. Thank you all so much for investing in the tourney. And also, everyone, go follow me on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Carla362. I'm playing Sterling Silver there, and we're playing a 1 death equals reset Nuzlocke, and we're in prize split. It's good fun. So hope you join me there. Now let's get into the games finally. Okay, Salamence lead versus Zapdos. Usually Zapdos is pretty favorite here. Might throw off a status like a T-Wave or a Toxic. Could also be HP Ice. And Tyran eats a straight up Toxic. Okay, it's looking like a TSS team from Swampert Fetish. Huge mash miss. Oh my god. But actually, probably not that good for SDJ here. Because counter would have meant that this mash would have just straight up killed Metagross. So that's probably the only interaction where you don't want Metagross to miss the Meteor Mash on your Blissey. That seems kind of unfortunate. It's a mixed meta. I think that still would have died, and I think we're looking at a bold defensive Jirachi based on the damage here. Because I think Spadefrachi would take a little bit less. Yeah, I think so. And this meta seems to be absolutely walled. And Fire Punch crit does not help Xtina in this scenario. What does she have for this Rachi? Rachi is a massive threat for offense, which we're looking at here. This is a mixed offense team with Zapdos, mixed meta, and Tyranitar. DD is up, ready to break some holes into SDJ's team. Second DD on the Salamence, which means Salamence is still threatened with an OHKO by Rock Slide. Okay, will SDJ switch? Yes, back to Jirachi, but Xtina is not able to make the EQ prediction here. And this Rachi is just gonna stall out even more of these toxic turns. And now it even lives an EQ. The real question is, after this protect, will Xtina be able to hit the right move? It's either Rock Slide on the Mens or EQ on the Jirachi. What will she click? What will SDJ do? They switch into Salamence, and Xtina not able to find the right 50-50 there. Okay. Zapdos back in. Straight hidden power ice. Wow. Instantly takes out the Salamence. I have to say, I kind of respect the stay in here though, because at this point you could argue that Xtina would try to get back into the game. She's really far behind. Meta is almost dead. Tyranitar is dead, and you know, with Blissey there and also Jirachi, Zapdos is kind of walled. So I really respect that stay in with Salamence. Ballsy play, and I think a really nice call to actually push your advantage further, but does not work out in this game. And to be fair, we also didn't even know if the Zapdos has HP Ice yet. But all hell broke loose now. Salamence dead and Jirachi paralyzed by double status Zapdos. That is tough. Now Jirachi is really threatened by this Pert as well. And it's gonna curse up too. It's gonna curse up. So what does SDJ actually have to answer this? It's a Fortress TSS team. And Fortress teams are so bad at taking on Curse Pert once their HP Grass user is gone. And I think the Salamence actually has to be HP Grass on this. This has to be mixed. And unless there's like a Milotic, which I don't think there is, based on SDJ's play, this has to be HP Grass too. Yep. Swampert just took out that Jirachi. It's toxic, but it still has enough turns to absolutely wreak havoc on SDJ's team here with the right predictions. And EQ destroys that Tyranitar on the switch. Wow, awesome play by Xtina there. And it's looking pretty over unless Aerodactyl can make the most ridiculous comeback ever. A nice softball there on a Hydro Pump. Lets them stay in the game. SDJ, I mean. And the Pert is taken care of. But they are so far behind that I'm not sure if SDJ can make a comeback here. Especially since this Blissey is toxic now. It is gonna have to switch or die to T-Volt. So unless Zapdos gets paralyzed on the switch to Aerodactyl, it is gonna claim a kill here. Alright. Okay, Blissey switches out. Will the full para happen? Yes, it does! Okay. There's potential in this game, but the Rock Slide miss as well. I guess that's pretty deserved for the full para though. That's sort of fair. The chances between those two are not too different. And with Blissey toxic, this game is 100% over. No way Blissey could make a comeback there. It is not aromatherapy or anything like that. And SDJ sees it the same way, forfeits, and saves us all some time. Let's go on to Game 2 and see if they make a comeback or if Xtina takes the 2-0 victory home. Alright, Tyranitar lead versus Tyranitar. Who stays in? Who switches out here? Earthquake on the Skarmory. Perfect turn for Xtina. We might be looking at a DD or a BK Cetar here. And switching Claydol in on Skarmory means that it is very, very likely Refresh or supported by Aromatherapy, or it could also be Rest. There's the Refresh. Now the question is, does Xtina have a Gengar? Because if there is no Gengar, it's just a stalemate between Claydol and Skarmory. Taunt shuts down SDJ's Skarmory from getting up the layers though. Speaking of the teams here, we might be looking at a V5 structure from SDJ, which would be Blissey, Milotic, Dugtrio. Doesn't necessarily have to be, could still be some other form of TSS. And Xtina, we could either be looking at a TSS as well, or something like Arrow, Zap, offense. There's a Swampert as well, which could still be everything. Curse means it is more likely an offensive team though. Will this Cursepert just try to break through the Milo? No, very, very smart there. Going into Jirachi to tank that Toxic. And HP Grass Rachi doing 35. Could either be a Super Rachi or, yeah, a Mix Rachi actually. Body Slam, Hidden Power Grass, Fire Punch. No burn on the Skarmory, huge. Very, very important. But Jirachi is very, very threatening for a V5 team with this set. And smart to switch out of the T-Wave as well, because this Mix Rachi is actually lefties and not Lumberry. Swampert throws out a Curse. And wow, massive Hydro Pump. This is so huge. Only 2 layers for SDJ, which Xtina is probably not able to spin. Excuse me for that. That was my PC. And that is definitely keeping Xtina in the game right now. Let me actually mute that. There you go. Dynamic Punch miss. Oh wow, that keeps SDJ in the game though. Dynamic Punch, not a relic of the past, even though it's HP Grass. Jirachi could still threaten out Blissey with that Dynamic Punch. Blissey now taking huge damage from that EQ as well. And we have Zard in. Is it gonna sub up? Is it gonna just throw out a raw Focus Punch or beat up? There is a beat up. Alright. Oh, one of those beat up hits only did 2%. That has to mean that there is actually a Blissey last. I don't think there's any other OU viable Pokemon that does 2% damage with beat up. So I think that has to be a Blissey in the back for Xtina. Bit of a more defensive team than I originally thought. Jirachi not finding a crucial body slam para here as well. And Milo is just gonna wall it because of that. Just recovers up on the HP Grass. Milo is so strong in this matchup. Look at this. Curspert, walled. Charizard, walled. Mixrachi, walled. Tyranitar threatened by Surf. Blissey, probably walled. Like, oh my god, this is a dream matchup for Milotic. And SDJ's Blissey is actually gonna be able to heal up as well here. This game is certainly going in their favor now, although the Milotic is very low, so it is threatened by the Charizard. Cool thing about Taunt Skarmory is that it has a very nice matchup into V5 and cool interaction as well here. Taunt Toxic shutting down the Refresh Claydol actually. But yeah, see, this is why Taunt Skarmory is so amazing into V5. It can just phase out the defensive walls, Blissey and Milotic. And if it's fast enough or Milotic is paralyzed, it can get guaranteed damage on them with Taunt that they cannot recover off instantly. It is so strong into V5 because of that. Really under appreciated threat against that sort of team. Milo not going for a recover here. And Dugtrio, straight Dugtrio in on the Blissey. On the Thunderbolt. This Blissey is gonna die, I think, here. Xtina says she misclicked as well. That is unfortunate. Maybe she wanted to CM up on, or softboiled on the switch. Yeah. The thing is, I'm not sure if Milotic is gonna be able to continue to wall the Charizard now that it is paralyzed. And this Claydol also does not have Boom. So Charizard is very threatening here. HP Grass could hit the Tyranitar hard, but Xtina does not go for that on the switch. Now this Tyranitar, which at this point I think is basically revealed to be a BKC tar based on that damage. Yeah. Also gets a massive Rock Slide kill on the Charizard. I almost expected that Tyranitar to just Focus Punch instead. And perfect turn to get Milotic in as well. Now it threatens to either kill the Skarmory with Surf or Recover. And, okay. The correct call from Xtina here. Milotic still threatened. Spikes go up. And, will SDJ just Surf here? We might never know, because Milotic got paralyzed here. Another power, oh my god. And now Skarmory is actually out of range for a Surf. Has to taunt here or Roar though, I guess. Roar is also fine, I think I would have taunted. But I think at this point we are probably just delaying the inevitable. The thing is that Curspert is unlikely to just win this game on its own. Tyranitar would have to find a way in to deal some damage, but there's still the Claydol which can EQ it, and then Dugtrio can follow up. So the only thing that SDJ has to do here is just hit the Pert as often as you can. As long as this is not rest, this game is over. You just hit the Pert, and then you finish off the game with Dugtrio. Alright, now Dugtrio can pick up the kill. Exactly, you go into that. Do not allow Tyranitar to potentially be DD and get anything like a sweep going. And that is game. Very, very nice end sequence there. And awesome matchup 2 here. V5 into Taunt Scarm. But Milotic still popping off. Awesome match. I love V5. I love Charizard, TSS. That was one of the first teams I ever had success with. And we're going to a game 3, everyone. Let's see. Will we see any repeats in this game? Alright. Zap lead and Men's lead. We might have a repeat from game 1. But BP means that this is not the same team from Xtina, because it was previously dual status Zapdos. But yeah, same core with the Zapdos Metagross, and we might be looking at a repeat from SDJ here. Salamence, Blissey, Jirachi. Should be that same Fortress TSS. Could be something different, but it's very, very likely. Oh, we got a CB meta this time from Xtina though. No mix meta shenanigans. Raw physical damage. And this Zapdos not able to pull the trigger on Baton Pass as the Blissey comes in. But with the full para, it works out just fine. Huge Rock Slide miss. But this is likely still counter Blissey. So I think Xtina has, yeah, she has to DD here. Risky Thunder Wave if this is Lum. It is not Lum. This could have done so much damage. This could have really gotten out of hand if this was Lum DD Tar here. Because one Rock Slide para flinch on the Blissey could have just been basically game right there. Mixman has to switch out here, fearing a status or a HP Ice. And Xtina is able to keep up the pressure with the VP here. Decides to go into Taro to deal some more damage. Fortress comes in. Yes, same Fortress as game 1 likely. And Metagross just threatens to kill something straight up here. Yes, boom. Fortress only gets up 1 spike. And that's it. Xtina is unlikely to be able to spin that spike away though. If we're looking at the Pert, since there is gonna be a Milo in the back, likely. Or actually, no, sorry. Milo was in game 2. Game 1, there was no Milo. We are probably looking at Jirachi, Tar, Arrow. This Swampert could do a ton of damage. There's the counter Blissey. Xtina had to expect that at this point, because this is clearly seems to be a repeat. And Xtina loaded up a similar style, huge focus punch by the way here. Xtina loaded up a similarly looking team, perhaps trying to sort of feint the same team. Cool call there. And as I said, ballsy focus punch, massive ice beam on the switch. Wow, Swampert is doing so much damage. This Jirachi is out of range of EQ here though, because Swampert is -1. So it's gonna be able to wish itself up. And we're gonna have to see if Xtina has anything that can break through this Jirachi. She actually has a Jirachi of her own, which comes in perfectly on Toxic. Is it gonna be sub CM maybe? If it's sub CM, it could just run away with the game right here. If it dodged the Fire Punch burn, it dodges. Is it sub though? It is not sub, otherwise it 100% would have subbed up here. Dodges another Fire Punch burn. And what does it have to threaten the opposing Jirachi? A Fire Punch itself. Okay. This is looking tough for STJ here. A massive crit here as well. But the Jirachi is forced out because of EQ, right? Salamence comes in perfectly on that. Beautiful, beautiful switch by Xtina. And Earthquake just hits everything on SDJ's side. So she's able to just freely EQ. Gets the right prediction on the second EQ as well. SDJ not going arrow on that. And now it's gonna come down to either Arrow doing enough damage or Swampert just running away with the game, I think. Crit helps with that, but Swampert is at full HP. Miss prediction by Xtina though. Not punished completely for it though. Still able to kill that Aerodactyl, and I think this game is over now because this offensive bird outspeeds Blissey. And unless we see like maybe a triple protect or something, I think you needed to go for protect there. It was just completely over. Maybe EQ was arranged that I wasn't aware of there. But wow, very, very exciting set, and this game just able to really, really showcase exactly why Offpert is so threatening to TSS, and why, in my opinion, every single Fortress team especially needs a good water switch in. Yeah, Xtina winning this set 2-1. Well played to both players. I hope you all enjoyed the set as well as much as I did. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitch. I'll be going live soonish. I'm just working on my thesis at the moment. And I hope you all have a nice day. See ya.